Ladies and gentlemen, Papa Rusev has been found. He has shown up on Monday Night Raw, and boy, it was fucking glorious.
And 10.
With his Freddie Mercury stash.
Not like this.
We're going to throw it up. Episode 12.
12.
12, 12.
12.
Not 12, but 12.
12. 12 of them
People usually say fuck
things.
12, but this 12 is pretty good.
Coming in with the fresh hot take for the new week.
New week.
The week.
Honestly, the new wrestling year, I would say this is it. This is like nitty gritty.
Like the beginning of the season.
Yeah. This is it.
Mm-hmm.
Like we in. This ain't SummerSlam no more.
No, this is a new season.
Yeah, beach time is over. Back to grind.
This is what it comes down to, man.
And we got the,
Next thing you know, we already in WrestleMania season.
But yeah, even all the troops are getting rallied up.
Mm-hmm.
Like Call of Duty, like before you go into like the plane, everybody's getting.
Daddy Vince is going to his bag real quick.
He's like, oh, we got to make the trip to Fort Bragg now. That's how you know it's happening.
We coming stacked.
It's super stacked. But no, it was super stacked. Great week of wrestling we had from Clash of Champions
It's a great weekend.
Yes.
to Monday Night Raw.
As I said, the E hasn't really had a down pay-per-view this year.
Ooh.
Just my opinion.
Oh.
Just my opinion.
I can say it. Yeah, it actually has not been
The
a
E.
down pay-per-view from WWE this year.
Yeah, but they've also had some shit matches. So let's
No, they've
not-
had some shit matches.
Yeah.
It
Of course, it's
takes a little.
No, but to his
It
point,
stinks a bit.
like we was just talking about before the show started, like around 2011, 2012, WWE couldn't do anything right. And I remember like after the pay-per-view, there will always be like a nuclear reaction on Twitter from like the IWC. I have not seen that lately. Like when people like really like pissed off.
Yeah, because they like really dig in to find like bad stuff now. It's not like how it was like May or June where we had the wild card stuff into crazy play.
Now I'll never forget the Royal Rumbles, those 2-year spans when Batista and Roman Reigns win it. Those reactions, those Royal Rumbles are literally, I think, the best thing that ever came.
I still think for me the worst pay-per-view to my recent recollection will still always be Backlash 2 years ago. That shit was trash.
The
We was
event
there.
the event we went to.
That shit was straight hot garbage.
The go home show was there.
The fact that the first match of the night was pretty much the go home, that was the banger. The rest of it was shit.
Like, all right, I'm gonna head out.
Like people went home.
Like legit, people literally left like halfway through. I don't even think it was even halfway through that match, but it was just bad.
Nah, I remember that pay per view.
Or shout out to Lavelle. You
Yeah,
know,
shout out
me
to
and
our
Lavelle, it was good for us for other reasons.
Yeah.
Getting lit to a titty.
Shout out to Prudential Center and that lack security.
They doing them weak ass pats.
Like,
Our boy Chris got us the VIP.
VIP suite.
this was all thanks to our brand new sponsors, Arnold Palmer Spiked half and half. If you like one way, you probably go the other, but I don't know what that means, and I'm just rambling.
Nah, but I thought Clash of Champions was pretty strong. I thought it was pretty good. They
was-
threw a curveball because you remember I said,
Trying to get some bass on my headphones
Okay.
right now.
Need some bass.
nah, I had a prediction. I thought Charlotte was walking out with the title, but I was wrong. I actually kind of liked that swerve. That kept me. That got me
That
a little
was-
excited.
That was the funniest thing I've seen at the end of a match in a while.
Yeah, Bailey was going.
Bailey just took off, son.
I actually like this little heel thing Bailey's got going on. It's like tapping into like her little charisma side a little bit.
I'm a little put off by it, and I never thought it was gonna happen, but it did.
But just seeing her like opening up and being more charisma or heelish or just
No, it's just like, what are they doing with her?
yeah, because she's in that little
We
weird
don't
space.
know what she has.
Well, it's a long. I see something long term. Something's gonna happen there.
Mm-hmm.
A swerve.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that it's just that. Something's
Just the
gonna
2-on-2.
She gonna get Nick faster than her and Sasha with the tag team titles.
Yeah, something's gonna happen between her and Sasha, son.
No, I think so. Something has to happen. I don't know if Allegiance is going to switch between the Civil War factions right now, but I'm really interested to see how this storyline plays out between these four.
Terrence was loving that on a live tweet.
I was.
Whoa.
The Civil War, like this, and a couple other people on Twitter said the same. Like this shit is like Civil War. I wish it was like there was more of them, but we only have 4. But we have another 4 in the wings coming soon that we have.
Stay tuned.
We put on our tinfoil hats.
Oh snap!
Our tinfoil. Call me tinfoil Teddy.
Y'all want to get into the pre-show match?
Yeah,
Into
go.
the nitty gritty.
Put on the pre-show.
Mr. AJ Styles and
Cedric.
Cedric.
Happy retain. Like it was nothing. It was a match. I said the same thing before we got into it. It was like
They did it to him in his hometown. Damn.
Who
Cedric. He's from North Carolina.
But that's how always, honestly, in WWE, I can't remember the last time somebody went to their hometown and won.
They only do that for Charlotte.
What are you talking about?
Like honestly, who goes to their hometown and wins?
Only Charlotte.
WrestleMania this past year. Everyone won the fucking title. Anyone that's from the
From the Jersey area.
Anybody from the tri-state area literally won.
But that was WrestleMania.
Well, that was WrestleMania. I mean, dreams do come true.
Cause Natalia Toronto lost.
Expected.
Trish Stratus lost.
Expected.
Sasha Banks won that Boston match against Charlotte. Lost.
I think Natalia though, like 2 years ago, when she won against Naomi at like Toronto or some shit.
Yeah.
It's like
And then Trish did win her official. Well, not this last match, but the other one against Lita, a retirement match.
Oh yeah, but that was back.
That was a retirement match.
Yeah,
that was back before
they
WWE's
relinquished.
now.
they throw little bones.
Little bones here and there.
Clumsy in there.
But yeah, AJ Styles with the title is still good to see, so I'm happy. Cedric Alexander, he'll find his way some way. It wasn't his time to shine yet.
Somebody, somebody, a key figure in wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
They saying that Cedric and Ricochet's getting buried,
Not getting buried.
but they be doing 50-50 splits with top guys.
This nigga Cedric Alexander won
I
over
know,
AJ
he
Styles
beat
on
AJ.
Raw. I did not see that coming. I
I
literally,
did not.
yeah. See, so I don't know what people get this buried term too loosely nowadays.
Yeah, it's just like, get out of here with that.
Like Zack Ryder getting pushed off a chair by Kane is buried, and then getting he got kicked in the nuts by Eva too. Like that's buried.
And got slapped.
Yeah, and then emancipated John Cena kissing his girl in said wheelchair. That's buried.
He's like, I thought you were my bro.
Nah, the fuck that. Cause I remember it was like Eva Cena first, and then you hear like the wheelchair coming in the back, and then the camera
Looking
pans.
like fucking Tiny Tim.
It was like, bro. Oh, poor Zack Ryder.
I don't think Zack Ryder has been buried enough times that he's the original Phoenix.
Yeah, he gets buried and rises.
He rises somehow.
And they bury him again. Even when he won the IC trap, I was like, maybe it's a new Zack Ryder next night.
And you don't understand. I was so hyped. Like I got chills and goosebumps. Like I was like proud. I was like, damn, my boy made it easy. He finally got his WrestleMania moment.
Yeah, because nobody thought he was. I didn't think he was gonna win.
Neither did I. But I was just like, yo, this is really happening.
And then they just stripped it away. Vince was like, push the button, damn it.
It took less than 24 hours.
He gave him the Christian.
Damn.
That's what we call the Christian.
He's like, I did it for your peeps.
What's next up, bro?
We got the Robert Roode and Dolph. It's Dolph.
Oh, the makeshift tag team that wasn't just made up out of nowhere.
I didn't care about this match at all. To tell you.
I like that they won. Like you said, I didn't really care because you knew it was gonna be the plot device to just like throw a little dissension into Strowman and Rollins before the main event.
Let me see what it is.
That was a waste of my time.
It was a waste. I'm just actually if they get behind Robert Roode as the character he's supposed to be, then if this comes out of it, then I'm okay with it.
I don't know, but like they need to do something because they're wasting a good fucking stash.
Or because
That's a mighty fucking good sexy stash. I'll tell you that.
What would you rank that stash? Like
that stash for me?
There's something in that Roode name.
It's up there with Tom Selleck.
It's up there, man.
Nah, he has a good stash. And then I think he shaved the last one though because they thought it was getting too over.
No, like what is that even supposed to mean?
What?
If that stash was getting too over.
Like I think that's what I read. Like WWE told him to shave it.
Get the fuck out of here. That was a fucking good fucking stash.
So trim it down some.
Like,
Get too many pops.
Honestly, that's what they did with the fucking bad news.
You know it's a good stash. That's why homeboy Rusev was just like, I'm gonna go with the stash as well.
But he got a stash over there. He'd be like, yo, Vince, I need a break for a couple of months.
Everybody on the roster with a stash.
Stash boys.
I remember when Cody had the stash going on for some time.
Oh, I remember he had that. Yeah,
he had the whole gimmick. It was a nice little stash.
Speaking about Cody in WWE. I think one of my favorite like character progressions was when he was dashing.
Yeah.
And then he got hurt, and then he became like the.
He had the mask, the disfigured one. He was just like, "Don't look at me."
Yeah, that's
right. It was good stuff.
Very Mankind like,
don't look at me.
Just giving out. He always walked around with a towel,
giving people paper bags.
It's like, no, you're ugly. I am beautiful. Well, I am a fucking stallion.
What was Clash of Champions?
The Campeones.
We had the Bailey dash, the quick dash.
I like it.
It was funny. It was funny.
Do you approve, Chris?
I just thought it was funny.
Like I said, I thought she was gonna be Charlotte. Like if somebody came to me before Clash of Champions, it was like a Charlotte winning, yes or no, or we taking your house. I was like, yes.
And it was in Charlotte hometown, which she's known to winning the champion.
It's a nice little swerve. I don't give WWE credit often, but he does not like heel Bailey.
No, I was all for heel Bailey. I don't know what the fuck this is.
Like the in between.
It really bothers the shit out of me.
No, but the angle, from what I've seen, the angle of it is like, I'm still good, but she's doing healer stuff. But
no, he does have a point.
No,
it's heel promos and heel actions, but still doing it as a face. You know what I mean? Like a misguided.
She's crossing the line, but she's trying to convince people that she's still that good over there.
Like an early Kurt without the Olympic medals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I think naturally it happens. It ain't there. It ain't there for my girl.
I kind of do like that side for Bailey because her character isn't like a full-on evil. So for her saying, my allegiance is this and this.
Look, if I can see Izzy go full-blown heel, why can't Bailey?
Guys, Bailey is the hugger. I do wish with this heel, I think they should have like taken out the
let her hair down.
That too, and like the two people. But I guess what you said, like she doesn't really see herself as a heel. She just sees herself as like helping Sasha.
They still got the blow up things and all that.
Like I feel for me, if the way they did it, where she also like they amplified like, no, I'm still a good girl.
Mm-hmm.
And she, like her promos doesn't have to be heelish, but it's just more like something like on the Maria Kanellis type of like
she's naive.
Great. I'm just like I am better than I'm better than you guys. Like I come here and I perform.
Rather than being like aloof or some shit like that.
Yeah, like go a little bit crazy, a little bit off the edge.
Well, they could still make some turns with it.
Yeah, we still got a long road to go, bro. You're not even in Survivor Series yet.
I don't know. I gave her too much rope to the point where it's just like
we still got Helly and Sully.
I hope she comes back.
We got the top guys.
I love them.
Versus the New Day.
So here's my question.
Yes.
So are they part of SmackDown or are they part of Raw? Which one is it?
I guess people don't care until the draft. I think that's what they chalking it up to be.
Like that was one thing I was just like, this doesn't matter.
I would say the draft is on the 11th, right?
Mm-hmm.
No.
So, 10th and 11th and the 12th. Yeah. I think that whole three.
Yeah, because it's on SmackDown first and then Raw.
Hell
in a Cell was on the 6th, so
they could probably lose it.
Yeah.
And then they have like a workaround too. Like if they get drafted back to Raw, and if Randy stays on SmackDown, he'd be like, my guys are the SmackDown champions. That makes no sense. Like they can still. So I know you have to complete, but I'm just saying for a storyline if they went to like work around it.
Yeah. So this is probably the last 2 or 3 weeks that they're just gonna be doing some bullshit before like.
Nah, but he said the same shit I said like a couple episodes ago when they had like the wild card rule was like running wild when the fucking Miz was a Raw guy.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
Because we just seen Bailey on Raw.
And then Alexa Bliss was like fighting Bailey for the SmackDown champion. So I get what Chris is saying. So hopefully this drive.
Hopefully we don't have to talk about this back and forth stuff no more.
Like this draft puts an end to all this wild card nonsense. The genius rule by the genius that goes out the window, and we can get back to our brand split again.
And it's gonna be a true brand split, which I am waiting for.
Yeah, because now other than like these both brands on the Vince McMahon, there's gonna be separate brands on different companies and networks. Yeah. So they'll be like, all right.
I mean, we already saw what that twist is gonna look like when you have the Beast incarnate.
That's another story. But I did not know that shit was coming out.
Y'all have any predictions on who's gonna go where?
Yeah, I can tell you. Kofi's gonna go back to being Jamaican again.
You gonna F5 him back to Jamaica?
He's gonna F5 him today.
You're gonna wake up with an accent. They'll be like, "Yo, Kofi, what happened? I don't know, man."
I don't know, man.
I mean, it was a good run while it lasted.
Nah, honestly, it was a great run. I remember when they said the Mania, I thought he was losing at SummerSlam.
They thought they were gonna lose the next pay per view. Like
they did a really good job. They made him a credible champion, which was definitely needed.
Especially with the last person that put him over was Orton, so they can't say he didn't beat no real like WWE person like Orton put him over before losing to Brock.
This is good shit from them.
Kofi did his thing. The reign's probably gonna come to the end premiere, but Kofi Kingston, great first reign.
If somehow he ends up beating Brock,
that'd be crazy.
It's like okay.
This is Brock's first match on TV.
This is his first appearance on SmackDown in like 10 years.
It feels so good to see Brock Lesnar back on SmackDown. He's a SmackDown guy.
He's always been a SmackDown guy.
He's a SmackDown guy. Like
here comes the Pain era.
He debuted on Raw, but that was like before the draft.
Yeah.
And then he moved to SmackDown when he was
home. Shout out to Undertaker. He put him over. Because before that, he was getting them quick, clean wins, even over The Rock. And then they had him go through that whole Hell in a Cell thing.
I still remember the great rivalry between him and Zach Gowen, man.
I thought he was about to say Spike Dudley. I think I've said that was like my only SmackDown taping I went to. My father took me was Zach Gowen and Brock Lesnar during that little thing, because that was the episode where Mr. America like unmasked himself.
Man, I still never forget the time he pushed him down the fucking steps on a wheelchair.
Brock Lesnar back in UPN Brock was a different type of animal.
Yeah, that was back. I loved when Vince was on SmackDown too, with Stable and all of them was there.
Yeah, he was a little unhinged that little era. Like he was really off his rockers. That's when after he choked his daughter out with a pipe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was doing the infamous Dawn Marie, Tori Wilson father angle.
Homeboy died all of a sudden. He's like, the pussy was too good.
Also doing the Kurt Angle when he almost got murdered angle.
Oh yeah, we showed you that last week.
Yeah, I started dying.
Yo, they was wilding on UPN.
Nah, they was wilding on UPN.
That was good times.
I miss UPN.
The SmackDown 6 era.
That was some good times.
That was when Paul Heyman was the head writer over there.
Yeah, he was the one that was running ship over there.
Until he abandoned ship, then he came back to ship. What else we got on the card?
Alexa Bliss and Nikki.
I like it. I like them two together.
Fire and Desire.
I don't know about Fire and Desire, but I like Alexa and Bliss and Nikki. I'm hoping that they are using this for Nikki to turn on Alexa. I don't want it to be the other way around. I feel like something new, something fresh.
Yeah, because I think it would be a little too typical if you're like, okay, I'm going to turn on Nikki, and then it's like you get the crazy, which I fucking love.
Yeah, I love
crazy Nikki
Cross. I love
Cross.
Nikki Cross.
Like, if I can get that NXT Nikki Cross, that'll be good. That'll be good shit.
It was alright. Mm-hmm. Actually, I like that match. It was alright.
No, I like that pairing, but I'm saying I hope like the end game is for Nikki to turn on Alexa, not the other way around. Cause like I said, we've seen Alexa turn on how many people. Like this is something fresh, something new, and it gives like Nikki some heel characteristics on the main roster, like something people could be like, oh.
Yeah, they've been building that story all year too.
So I would like to see Nikki Cross Alexa.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to Asuka?
I was
about
to actually say something about Asuka, and I missed the Iconics. I ain't gonna lie.
You know where they going? NXT.
I missed the Iconics. Not even just doing promos and stuff.
I missed the Iconics on NXT. That's not like Triple H. He doesn't like beat you over the head with like their characteristics or the shit they do. Like it's just part of the show.
That's good shit.
Like the Iconics on NXT was really like great TV. And
absolutely.
Then on main roster, you just get Iconic and shit like that.
Iconics.
We got
sexy.
We got
shout out to Billy Kay. I like Billy Kay.
The best cape in the land.
Best cape in the land.
My man Bloody Nakamura with Sami Zayn.
Cape-a-mora. I'm happy Nakamura won. I keep forgetting he's still on the main roster.
The Miz got to go back heel already, man.
Yeah,
it's time.
It's always been time. He's a great heel.
I know the show was on. I think the show ended already. Let's go back here.
Yeah, he has to turn on somebody quick.
2017 Miz will always be the best Miz.
Oh, yes.
That was his fucking year. And he's due for a fucking title run.
You think Miz ends up on Raw or SmackDown?
I think he'll stay on SmackDown.
Okay.
He's one of the few people that
can
work
Raw.
Either way.
I think he'll go to SmackDown. I think he'll go to SmackDown.
Yeah, he could work Raw too, but I like him better on SmackDown.
Yeah, I think he's more, especially with the A-list and thing. I feel like if he goes, they should have like a storyline where he gets like an assistant, like pick some like a dude that's in like catering, that's not doing much. Who's not doing much now?
And you know who I know he's gonna do?
EC3.
Yeah, get an AC3 as his assistant.
I mean, besides the fact that he won the 24/7 in Manila, in the Philippines.
I heard about that. You know how I know he's doing a heel turn? Because on his show, I watched some time. They're moving back to LA, so it'll be the perfect time to roll that out.
Yeah, he'd be like, I'm on SmackDown, I'm on Fox.
Hollywood, Fox.
I think he'll be good on SmackDown.
Especially with the Bischoff touch. Like we said, with the Bischoff does a lot more with the characters. Like, Heyman is more in-ring, off the script, like, let loose, but Bischoff is more character.
They don't got to do nothing with Miz character. Like, just let Miz do Miz.
Let Miz be the Miz.
But I think Eric Bischoff could, like, Hollywood it up a little bit.
Maybe.
Like I said, give him a little assistant. Like, give him some pizzazz. Give him a limo.
I'll say with that, because
I don't know if he's. I don't even know if he already took over the writing team.
Nah, he did.
Yeah, I think they all like they getting like full like they're ready now. Like so they getting like weeks in before like the Fox show rather than.
Well, I don't know if he's like he's been overseeing it, because I remember it was gonna be a couple of weeks. It was gonna be a bit of a transition before he's like in.
I think this
homeboy was like moving from fucking.
He's been posting a lot of SmackDown promos lately. Like,
I'm happy for EB.
You know, we'll see. We got Sasha and Becky. I love this match.
I liked it too.
That was a good match.
I liked it, and I'm glad they didn't blow their load, because I think we all knew it was headed for Helly and Acelli.
I would have wished I did.
What's that shit, that CM Punk line? Well, I told you guys in the commentary, he was like, I'm watching NXT without my pants. That's how I always watch it, some shit like that. But it was a great match. It was a fuck finish, but it was a fuck finish that was needed, because you couldn't have a clear.
Yeah.
Couldn't have a somebody going over somebody too quick, especially the first one.
I mean, we knew it was coming, you know.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
I liked how they did throwback to when Sasha beat Charlotte. Remember that on Raw? She did the submission in the stands. So then Becky pulled it on Sasha. It turned real attitude era right there. They was going into the crowd, backstage, and concessions and stuff. I was like, okay.
I like it. Like, those four girls, they bring like it out of each other. Because like we said too, like Triple H always said, like, your best friends in the ring is always give you your best, because you can really you know each other and you know what story you really want to tell, and you just let loose. So I guess I'm really excited. And then we might have some shenanigans in Helly and Acelli. He's like, maybe some shenanigans.
I could see it, possibly see it. Yeah. Ever since Sasha came back, like I said, the women's division's been going up.
They need to do more of that. I think not even as like a punishment, but if they're not using like an Ember Moon or an Asuka, just like send them away for a couple of months, let them recharge, and then bring them back with like some.
Well, you know, some people do need their bag. You know.
True.
So you could put them on I guess WWE main event.
But that's how you keep everybody fresh.
Yeah.
Because Ember Moon, what is she doing? Asuka, what is she doing? Kairi Sane.
Who?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Got the milk carton out.
Asuka, the longest reigning NXT Women's Champion. What is she doing?
She doing her YouTube channel.
Yeah. She plays the recorder. She plays a mean recorder.
She love it too, so she like, oh, y'all not gonna have me on TV? Good, I'm gonna do my little hobby.
Fucking monetize that shit. She just
she's gone missing.
Watch nigga. Yeah, people watch her play a record and play video games and get paid for it. Aside from WWE money, that's probably like her curtains money.
Cause she gets her on the road money. Then she's doing her hobby. She's like, all right.
I want to see Asuka in the bar.
She's like, I'm gonna get my $500 just to show up on TV.
Nakamura did the same thing before this little revival and stuff. He was like, all right.
He was surfing a lot. Like Nakamura really didn't care.
Nakamura almost like 40 years old. He like, all right.
Ain't no SmackDown? All right. Get my boy. We in San Diego? All right.
They like Nakamura go to surfing. They like Nakamura go to another promotion there. Work every night. Like, nah. Chill. I'm loving it here right now.
But I can't wait to see part 2 of Sasha and Becky.
Me too.
What's up on the card?
We got Kofi
against RK OZ.
Randall.
Good match, and like we said before, I think this was the feather in cap to Kofi's reign. Probably his biggest challenge yet, most personal.
Like it came full circle.
Yeah, most personal, and this is one of WWE's Golden Boys put him over. So honestly, this was the feather in the cap to Kofi's reign, and he had a great one.
It was a good one.
Great story too. I like that. The full circle was the last because he went through
Yes.
Joe, Brian. Who else did he face?
Well,
first?
Daniel was his first one, wasn't it?
Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens tried to fight. So yeah, he went through a lot of people. So you can't hold the title forever. This ain't Jeff Jarrett and TNA.
Or is it?
Don't give them no damn ideas. But
Totally
I was
get it.
happy. That was a good match. I really do hope Randy and the Revival stay together.
Yeah, I like that pairing right there.
That pairing is really good.
This is the Who Done It match.
Scooby Doo Roman. That's my new tagline for Roman Reigns. Scooby Doo Roman.
We got the Swerve.
The swerve of all swerves.
What did you guys really think about this match?
One, I didn't really like this match on this pay-per-view. There was no fucking championship. Like, it was called Clash of Champions. And then the funny thing, too, when it was running down the card, there was like Universal Championship, Tag Team Championship, Women's. And oh, yeah, we got Roman Reigns versus Eric Rowan with like no shit in the middle. And you just saw Clash of Champions. I'm like,
Yeah.
something's missing.
There was wild, there was a lot of bumps in this. I was like, oh.
Nah, they did this thing. I like this little new. I like this new little nuance with Eric Rowan. I kind of like it. Like it was like a good house fight.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Who, Rowan? You don't like it? You don't like Rowan?
Tell us how you really feel, Chris.
You don't like this new Rowan?
All right, so this is how I'm gonna put it. I still really have no opinion yet about it. It was different. The match was okay. It was okay. But that's what it was. It was okay.
It was okay. I'm not saying it was a bomb burner.
But
But
I am not a fan of the storyline.
I like it. I actually do.
Honestly, I can care less.
What you thought they could have went another way, or just don't care about it at all?
I just don't care at all.
I feel like the storyline is not even finished.
Yeah.
I feel like there's an extra wrinkle that a lot of people.
But what I do say,
Go ahead.
I do think that this was actually a really good moment for Rowan. I think this was his first like singles match that actually meant something, and I think he showed up.
Oh, you mean since The Rock at WrestleMania?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I sort of feel the same way as Chris. I like that they took a swing at doing something
Different.
new, even though I didn't. You could tell they prolonging it for something else, with just the Harper thing, and then
But it was
eventually
okay.
Daniel Bryan. But it sort of like stretched that time with what's happening,
Yeah.
and then I felt like that. Yeah, it was alright.
No, I was a big fan of the fresh matchup. Like you said, Eric Rowan and Roman.
It was
Reigns.
I was not big on it. This is one of those things where you're playing like WWE 2K and just like, oh, this is the random match that I have. That's what it was.
No, it's like the first match when you play it, but you know the controls, so you just pick Roman because he's probably the best.
Yeah.
You be like, who can I beat up kind of easy? Let me get Roman.
Yeah, so I can try all my specials.
Yeah.
But again, Rowan showed up. This was his first singles match that actually meant something. So this does some good shit for him. And then I also loved having my boy Luke Harper back finally.
Brody. The big Brody.
Have the Bludgeon Brothers back. So that was looking pretty good. What does it mean? I don't know. But at the same time, it's like, hey, I want Luke Harper separate. I want Luke Harper to finish off his singles career like he had like a few years back, like 5 years ago. That's what I want. But I'm okay with this.
I loved Luke coming back. Supposedly he was not supposed to come back ever. Ever.
He's a.
Ain't gonna say no names, but
Yo, Meltzer.
I'm
call it Big Cat.
I'm gonna just sit here and sip on my tea.
That's
You know?
one thing about Luke Harper. I always thought too, like that Survivor Series where it was Team Cena versus Team Authority. I never thought why they never gave him a push after that Intercontinental Championship.
After he won it and he dropped it, that was it.
Yeah, like I thought that was like
Even when the Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt thing, they should have put him in a WrestleMania match.
Yeah, they said Vince was like, hell no.
So who the fuck is you?
It's like, Vince, hold up. You know, there's a storyline going on with the wife, and we have Randy and Bray, and we kind of got this Luke Harper caught in the middle. We was thinking triple threat. No.
He was hot. Like
No. God damn it, you do what I tell you.
It's going to be Bray and Randy. 1-on-1.
Because the moment that they left Luke out of that match, that whole feud just died down.
I think that match died because of that. Because I think, honestly, Luke Harper deserved to be in that match.
Absolutely.
Like, I think that's why a lot of people stopped caring, because that match should have been a triple threat.
Yeah, he was the glue to that whole feud. Like, there was Randy didn't know they was playing mind tricks on him more like, and then Luke came in and he had a crazy pop on SmackDown. And
People was loving Luke. And then Vince was like, no. Oh, no, not over here.
This was one of those. It wasn't huge, but this was one of those times that Vince kind of fucked up.
Yeah, it was. Like,
Yeah,
that
it
match
was.
should have been a triple threat.
Absolutely.
Like, honestly.
that was just him not knowing the insight of what he really had there, a diamond in the rough with Luke. He probably thought, he's looking at this guy's appearance. It's like, nah, he's not gonna do nothing for us. But it's like, this guy's clearly over right now on SmackDown.
And then he was not even, like, over, but he was integral to the storyline.
Yeah.
Like, not even for, like, a match, like, add him. Like, he was really important for the storyline.
Especially since this is not like this was a regular feud or the Intercontinental title. This was for the main belt.
Motherfucker burned down his house.
Word.
like, hey, committed arson.
Shit, we might
Pose.
see that in Randy Orton's Hall of Fame reel.
Like, fucking posing in the house. I would like to see Randy Orton in the fun house. Well, you got yourself a new house.
Time to burn this down.
Like, hey, Randy, that's my line.
I'm surprised. I honestly I think that will be probably like a next match. That would be like a good little tie in there.
Oh, the Fiend to come collect?
Yeah, time to collect the Viper.
Payback.
And he's like, I'll just burn your house down. He's like, no.
I like it.
I like that. So next we got the main match. A match I didn't really care for, but Seth Rollins and
Braun did his thing. You know with this match, you can tell, like, now, like, winds are changing in backstage. This match had a lot of Paul Heyman in it.
With still a Vince Kennedy McMahon ending. Because this is actually the 6th title match that Braun Strowman has had and come up with the goose eggs.
He's 0-6.
0-6. He's looking worse than the fucking Buffalo Bills did in the 90s.
him and Samoa Joe.
You always thought, like, Bills fans, I don't know how you could do that, man. 4 straight?
Four
Straight!
But it's kind of like, it's like, what's harder? You going to the chip 4 times or losing it 4 times?
But going, like, as a fan, as the Bills, like, you go to the first time, you be like, all right, we lost. Second time, like, we lost. Third time, all right, we lost.
have to win this.
And then the 4th one, you lost, you like, yo, what the fuck? I would always feel bad for Bills fans in the 90s. Always. Like, that has to hurt. 4 straight years and no title. But I can't complain because my team got one and that's 4. We ain't gonna be winning one for a long time, but we got one in that 4.
Oh, because they went wide right.
Yeah.
Wide right.
But I liked it though. Seth Rollins retains. He's about to face the Boogeyman.
It's cool, but the ending. Dun, dun, dun.
You said Paul Heyman with a Vince Kennedy. They also had a little Paul Levesque in there with the little the end card. You thinking it was over?
It's just a dash.
This dash of Triple H. Seth Rollins like, yeah, we going home, and it's like, oh. But I do like how they used that the Fiend, like very
That shot when they was like at the ramp and then he just like
popped up, or was just like on the head.
That was perfect.
That's how they gotta
That was
book the
perfect.
Fiend. Not too much. See him, he'll wait. I
didn't like what they did because then he ended up coming out on Raw.
or 2.
It was just like, why are you showing him back to back?
Wait, you didn't like the promo him and Seth did though?
Now you talking about appearing.
Appearance wise, it's just like,
alright.
that didn't really make much sense.
But there was a reason he did.
I kind of don't mind it. He attacked him again to like really bring home the point that they're about to play.
This was one thing that I was thinking. I was like, why not, like, if he's not the Fiend, just have him come out as the Funhouse guy?
I think they're saving that. Like they're not trying to blow it too early. I think
Okay,
that
okay.
maybe if the Fiend beats Seth,
They
I
want to
think
like keep Bray in the funhouse.
I think if he captures the title of Hell in a Cell, I think then you'll start seeing that more. Well, Bray Wyatt coming out in like the little cashmere
Yeah.
and with the title, and I'm like, oh, I got the championship type shit. So I think they're saving that, but I know what you mean.
I loved it. We go into Raw. I like the promo they did
Mm-hmm.
when Seth first came out, and then he goes, but he doesn't. What he said? He doesn't forgive.
Let me in.
No, he said he doesn't. He doesn't forget.
Yeah.
And he said, "You might see him tonight." And then he got wild serious, and he looked in the camera.
Bray Wyatt does a really good job at that. He has a career in Hollywood if they ever come a call in
Then he said-
after wrestling.
See you in hell.
Bye.
Like he does that so well. He be so smiling and the camera starts zooming. Like,
Mm-hmm.
serious.
It's only, I'm telling you, it's only a matter of time before we see it on WWE films for next Halloween.
I'll be down for the Fiend.
It's gonna happen.
I'm there.
The Fiend versus the dude from See No
You
Evil.
heard it here first, people. It's happening.
Versus Glenn Jacobs, Mr. Mayor.
Well, you did say what happened afterwards, right?
He had a dark match, I believe, or what? What are you talking about?
So Mr. Glenn Jacobs showed up.
I really loved how they used Kane on Monday Night Raw. Glenn Jacobs Kane, I really loved it. Like that was really like some legit grade A booking.
Shout out to R-Truth too.
Because first he pops up, like nobody knew he was gonna fucking appear. He pops up as the fucking mayor.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, Glenn Jacobs, mayor. Everybody's like, oh shit! And then we could call him the president. And then he wins the 24/7 title, and that's all handy dandy. And then he comes out at the end as Kane, and then he gives the rub to Bray Wyatt. Like in the main, like they booked Kane perfectly. Like I don't think you could book Kane in 2019 better than what they did on Monday Night. Kudos. Like they really booked the shit out of Kane that day. I don't know who came up with it, but that shit was like so flawless. Like I had to like really like stand up in the
Like
chair.
he wasn't just like another like legend that you just brought in, and it was like, yo, you wasted my time.
Yeah, because there was like a step-by-step process with it throughout the night.
Especially with the Glenn Jacobs shit, because that shit was so meta. Like, he literally just showed up. Glenn Jacobs, mayor, la la la. Because at first,
Mayor of Knoxville.
I was like, oh shit. And they was like, wrestling.
I still can't believe he the mayor.
He's gonna burn it down.
Like 15 years ago, he was burning JR. He the mayor.
Imagine they showed that shit to like him campaigning. This dude can't be mayor. He trying to like burn that.
That wasn't me.
That was a character.
It's
I was playing
Kane.
a character.
That's gotta be Kane.
But no, shout out to whoever booked Kane that Monday night. They did a phenomenal job.
That might have been a Vince call.
But honestly, like the whole booking was perfect. Especially introducing him as Glenn Jacobs in like the first little hour. And then we wasn't expecting him to come out at the end.
He was just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and then he came out with the mask and shit, so you got like a return of Kane. And then like I said, he gave a little rub to Bray Wyatt on the way out. Like honestly, perfect, flawless. Like I can't take nothing away from
Yeah,
how they
because
used Kane that night.
Mama, when the Sami Zayn Undertaker thing happened, people was like, people was like online debating, maybe the Fiend and the Undertaker was like, not yet.
Not yet. Now that's Mania.
Get little bro.
That's Mania. That's the money match. I feel like that is the money match this year. Like, if you really trying to do some shit, Vince and WWE, that is the money match.
Taker just getting his hips back into place, making sure he's good to go.
It's all in the hips. It's all in the hips. It's all in the hips.
Anything else from Monday Night Raw that you want to hop on or talk about? I think I wasn't a fan of the King of the Ring being decided on Raw. I think they should have had that for Clash of Champions. But I guess if the card was a little too stacked, they gave it more time to breathe. But I feel like for every King of the Ring, if they keep doing this, I feel like that final should be on Clash of Champions. Like,
I love the match.
now I love the match too. I just feel like Garen Corbin, like that match should be on Clash of Champions.
Really? Why not just bring back the King of the Ring pay-per-view?
That's what I was saying.
Problem solved.
But I did like the way this summer, where a lot of things was going bad. Towards the end of the summer, they brought in King of the Ring, and that sort of like stabilized.
Which, by the way, I brought back.
Yeah, he did. They need more tournaments. You see how easy it is to book shit with tournaments? Mm-hmm. Like, you just get a fucking bracket, pick people, they win, and then like the shit, you could create stories out of a tournament. Like you don't have to come up with a story.
Truthfully,
the
they
story
should do that the whole summertime. Like there's nothing going on.
Baron
just-
Corbin showed the fuck up this summer. I can tell you that much. That tournament,
all hail King Corbin.
it was very well deserved. I think this is possibly
One of his better runs.
the best run I think I've ever seen. Even just the in ring performance, the in ring psychology, everything was on point. Perfect example: the final against Gable.
Mm-hmm.
Like those guys, they really fucking shined.
Yeah, the end of days. I was like, I think they did that variation end of days in NXT before, but it was good to see that again. Like the spinning and then the taking it.
The deep six.
Mm-hmm.
I want to give an apology to Bray Wyatt. I mean, poor Bray Wyatt.
Right, why? You letting him in? Yo, Malcolm, he's in.
To
The
Corbin.
Fiend is in the house.
I want to give apologies to Corbin. I know I gave you a lot of shit on Twitter this past year,
Mm-hmm.
but this King of the Ring run
He did his thing. Corbin
cannot
did
go
his
unnoticed. He did his thing. I'm liking the whole Miami bouncer look. Shout out
I
to
missed the
rid of-
Constable name.
He got rid of the Geppetto vest.
I missed the Constable.
All
Just
right,
because that name, I never really heard that word used before, and it just fit him so. I'm the Constable. Like, okay.
Man, I was over. I was just like, thank God. That
But
shit is
before
over.
we switch, I do like the King of the Ring tournaments because attest to like with Corbin now with like when you like have matches with different set of people almost
Yeah.
every week, you can like get better and you pick up different stuff. Like it's a way to like really learn
but
faster
they
on the
gotta-
job.
They gotta get rid of the fucking gimmick, like the whole.
Oh, being king.
Yeah, it's like, what is this, dude?
Chris is still not loving it.
I've never been a fan. Like that is such a '90s shit. Like that shit should not be around in 2019. Like
Yeah, the only person that did the real was like Booker T.
yeah.
Oh, God. He
But
was
actually,
on Raw.
even with Wade Barrett, like I thought it was okay.
King Barrett.
But honestly, like I'm over that gimmick.
Or just being the king. Like, I'm the king.
like it's like, well, dude, what are you doing? No.
Speaking of how y'all felt about the Maria whole pregnancy date, Ricochet.
That has Paul Heyman written all over it.
Oh, absolutely.
That has Paul, like, yo, Paul Heyman, we're gonna give you
This is some
the
easy
book for
this is
creative.
some easy W shit.
All right, I'm gonna book a title match, and then we're gonna have some pregnancy who done it on my show.
And all of a sudden, you got Rusev as the papa.
I don't even think he's the real pop. I think the real pops is gonna be introduced later. I think because she's fucking with him.
Shit, where's Lana at?
I mean, that's also true because she could come up. Like I was saying, like shit is easy to book.
No, I was just saying, like, in general, like, where she was at.
No, but like how you could bring Lana back to TV just because Rusev is in that angle. Like, hold up, aren't we married?
Yeah.
Like, how are you getting somebody pregnant and we married?
Look, Lana. You don't tell me what to do.
One more tidbit on Raw.
Mhm.
AOP is back. You
Oh,
asked
yeah,
for
I
him
like-
2 weeks ago.
I
They
like
back.
this. I like this new AOP.
They back.
And with that new
Who?
AOP, no.
Who?
You're not gonna do this to this. They. I like this little
I-
packaging.
I don't know who you even talking about.
I mean, to be fair, they were injured.
They were injured. They were not like buried.
who you talking about though?
I like the whole.
But that's
Yeah,
another like
the
Paul
subtitles,
Heyman.
Yeah.
That's a very Paul Heyman thing. Like sticking. Paul Heyman was always exemplify your strengths and hide your weakness. So maybe these guys can't really cut a good English promo. Talk your native tongue. Just use sub language.
I don't know. Like I don't know. That's what my thing is. Like they're like, oh, we want you to speak English, and that's like they don't. You know, they never felt comfortable having someone like Nakamura or Asuka be champion. It's like there's so much that shit is like that's an old shit mentality. Like,
Yeah.
I get you want to be able to kind of like relate, and you know if you got to be a heel, you got to be a baby face. I get it. I fucking get it. But I think it takes away from like, hey, this person is fucking good shit. Like I would have loved to seen a fucking heel Shinsuke.
Yeah,
And that's
especially
and you know it's
people
kind of
with
why
balls.
you don't get a lot of like you're probably not gonna get Andrade's being a champ like that anytime soon. You know, I told him, hey, you want to be champion? Learn fucking English. And
Like
legit,
that.
that's exactly like that's why he's starting to be he's starting to speak a little bit more English now.
They're like, Charlotte, yo, you better translate that.
That was just like, we want you to pay. We want you to pay with her, and he's like, "Sí, señor."
We could bear.
Nah, but they look good. I like that, like standing toe by toe, speaking their tongue with the subtitles. So
Yes,
nobody wants to fight
like
us. They
I'm
look
off,
good.
like you don't need a mouthpiece. Like you just be like, I'm gonna talk and do my thing. Even when Rusev wasn't, like, but that was different.
Oh, when he had like 2 words in vocabulary.
yeah, and it
one
was
was
more,
Crush?
and Rusev Crush. But he'll go and start speaking his Bulgarian language, and it's just like, yo, we good, we just slanging right now.
Let's move over to SmackDown.
I want to see that. Hopefully, they stay on the same brand. But AOP versus the Viking Raiders. That's their names, right?
I don't know. I lost change after the
Nah,
1st
you're,
time.
you're correct.
Yeah, I want to say war, and then I want to say experience, but the Viking Raiders. I would love to see the Viking Raiders.
The Viking experience.
Yeah, versus AOP. I think that's a money
So
match.
what are they called now?
The Viking Raiders. Boy.
Are they? I'm still waiting for that. I'm still waiting
The
for
Minnesota
the name
Raiders.
The Minnesota
change.
Raiders.
The Viking Raiders. You mean War Machine? Even with the War Raiders again, I was like, oh, okay.
The Viking Raiders.
Let's not revisit old wounds.
Brock is back.
Oh no, that's not thing for SmackDown. I mean,
Yeah.
for Raw.
Yeah.
Let me see.
What else we have for Raw?
I didn't have anything down, but yeah, that's it. And then like the Fiend. I got shout out to my boy Ramblin' Rabbit. I love Ramblin' Rabbit. That is my man. He's like, go, Sam. Don't do it.
He was like, no.
I am a big fan of Ramblin' Rabbit. Yo, Ramblin' Rabbit's gonna get like a biggest pop one day. I don't know how, but
I think they're already selling those puppets online.
yeah, I think you said that like
Yeah.
with the whole collection joint. I love
Yeah, my
Ramblin'
boy.
Rabbit.
Shout out to my man Yasin. He bought the whole collection.
He's don't do it, Sam. Run. Nah, the last Firehouse where he had the help sign and he pushed him down was like so cartoony but so fucking funny. He was like, "Oh, my friends," he's like, "Help!" Whoosh. Oh, Firefly Funhouse. Whoever came up with that shit, please.
He did.
He did?
That's all Braze.
Oh, thank God.
That
I
is-
thought it was somebody in creative. That's
Nah.
really
Nah,
some
that
real
is-
That was his
genius
baby.
shit.
That was like his thing. He was like, he said while he was doing, rehabbing his injury, he's like, I got some plans.
It's perfect too because it's not overly scary enough, and it's towing the line with like if parents are watching, like, who is this like little creepy kid show type?
It's something like a cult.
Yeah, so it's not.
letting my baby watch this. He's gonna get ideas.
You got fucking puppets running around, so it's like very. I really love the Firefly Funhouse. Shout out to Bray. He must have been like.
I'm still waiting for the resurrection of Sister Abigail.
I think they also got like a whole.
It's
new
the
story,
match
too.
we never got. The Demon versus Sister Abigail. We never got that
Thank
match.
God. Oh man, oh yeah. That's
I
like the
feel-
biggest what if nobody got meningitis that night.
Exactly. I want to know what the plans were. What was he coming out to with? Like, these are things. This is like what happened. What was it?
You're gonna get a behind the scenes like 10 years from now on that.
I want to like.
whole
I
pay-per-view.
want to be able to talk to him. I was like, so what were the plans behind this? Like, what was it going forward?
Shit. They treat
Let
that
me
like
in.
Area 51.
Oh, isn't that this weekend?
That's today.
It's today.
Yeah, some dude like Naruto ran past a reporter, but I don't know.
Like, weren't they supposed to be live streaming this shit?
Charlemagne, are we live?
Area 51. He's I'm gonna get me an alien.
Area 51 live stream 3 hours ago.
He said 3 hours ago. But now we going to smack it down.
Here comes the
Yeah,
pain.
here come the pain. I've been giving W a lot of kudos. That's what I was telling Chris. These niggas know it's go time.
Mhm.
Because from a pay-per-view to Raw to SmackDown to NXT. So literally most 4 shows in 4 days. Not really like an idiotic segment, not an idiotic booking. Like everything like literally flowed and like made some type of
Yeah, like-
logistic sense.
Like I said, since the King of the Ring came around, they calmed down, got back. All right, got to get back into
They
it.
saw
They're
saw
like,
Khan. They saw Khan with the hundreds over there.
Like, papi, calm down, papa.
They're like, all right.
Tranquilo.
Vince stepped away a little bit. Paul
Tranquilo.
Heyman's at the top of the, sitting in the main chair.
Tranquilo.
Eric Bischoff's in the fold.
I'm like, ooh, I like this chair.
Mm-hmm. Tranquilo.
But no, SmackDown was good. That's a really good surprise. I want to know. I'm pretty sure Fox was like, "Yo, can we get Lesnar?" Because I think that they said they want to go for a more sports feel, and then Brock Lesnar's already done as much as he can on Raw.
And he has a
already.
relationship with Fox anyway
Yeah.
from the UFC days.
So yeah, he did all he really could on Raw. Like who else is him the face on Raw that we've had? So SmackDown gives us some new light, new scenery.
We might get Brock and Daniel again.
Ooh,
That was a good one.
yeah. I like when Brock is a real like you get what you, he gives you what you give in that match. Cause you see like he really works well with like the Bryans, the Styles, and
The
the
people
CM
that he
Punks.
respects.
Like probably,
That's actually it.
If he doesn't respect you, you're getting a shit match out of him. Because we know he could go. We seen in his first run, he could go. It's not like he, like, aged crazy. He's still in good shape.
yeah, I think him and Moxley. I think he probably didn't really like Moxley all that well. I think he was a little
No.
more like secluded, and he's like, "Yo, bro, what we gonna do?"
He's like, dude, just fucking throw me down the fucking
Yeah.
steps. Like, what do you think? Just do something.
Yeah, because think about that character. Like, it's not straightforward with it. It's like he's unhinged, and Brock is probably like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, like, what are you doing, bro?
And then the same thing with Bray Wyatt. Like, he lost his shot when he hit him with the punch, and he told him to slow down.
Oh no, you talking about Strowman?
Braun. Yo, he
Yeah,
knocked
poor
them
Braun.
the fuck out.
Yeah, Braun. He made him stumble, and that's a big man. Like he literally was doing the fucking two-step. The two-step.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
He'll get you a soundboard. You like Rambling Rabbit.
So what y'all think Brock is gonna be?
Yeah, he's taking that title.
What you think he's gonna pop up weekly? He's gonna just do the same thing he did on Raw.
I want him to win the 24/7 title. That's it.
So everybody could like go to his house and hunt him down.
That's all I want in the fucking middle of Canada.
I want that. I think that'd be like some funny ass shit. Like he got a fort because you know he lives in the fucking wilderness.
He's like,
Like nigga has like in the cabin like it's all like got moats like alligators and shit. And
They set the promo shot. He's outside, snowing. Brock is outside on his Rocky train.
I also want, yeah, exactly. But I remember I actually got a lot of shit because, so a couple of weeks ago when it was, this is the whole kind of cures, type of season now.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember they brought all the kids out, and I was just like, how funny would it be if Brock just comes out,
Start F5 and kids.
starts F5ing everybody.
Yo,
They're like,
he would never die down.
it was like, fuck your kids.
WWE would get fucking murdered if he was like F5 and kids with cancer. Not even kids. Fucking kids with cancer.
Like, fuck your kids.
Let's go up a notch, Paul.
I was like, that's some good heat.
Yeah, that's some good heat.
Vince is like, take that AEW. You can
I
get
got-
extreme too.
I got the Beast Incarnate, F5 and kids. What you got?
Who else would have been good to disrupt that little interview there?
The Fiend.
The Fiend, man?
Oh, imagine if the Fiend shows up with like some charity case type shit.
Hi, kids.
Yeah, like Bray Wyatt. Just need you to let me in.
Just let me in.
I think that would be pretty dope. I don't know if the kids or like the people
And like
behind it will
it too
be
just came out
responsible.
too. That'd be too wild. It'd be
Come like
alright.
fucking balloon. But what else is on SmackDown? I put down some of my notes. Him and Kofi. I like Carmella coming
Our girl, Melly.
because
Mela is my name.
with the real like if you're gonna start like taking wrestling out of the kayfabe, if a person, i.e. Bailey, does something to like change her character, it should really affect the relationships with said other people on the roster.
Yeah, because she's cool with her outside of.
Mm-hmm. So she's cool with Carmella. So now Carmella's like, "What the fuck you doing, bitch?" So I like this aspect of it. Like now there's some reason for.
I love it. She hit her with the kick with her 12s on.
But I think Bailey's gonna
No, matter of fact, she had 13s on.
she's gonna belly to Bailey Carmella probably like next week. And then we had the coronation with Corbin and Gable.
Oh yeah, Gable. It's clearly
The crown was icy though. You was right, Malcolm. The crown was icy.
Icy.
Mm-hmm.
That was like some good budget.
I was like, so Icy Boy Entertainment right here. What's going on? So he got the cleaned out ice. Threw a couple of pointers on that.
Mm-hmm.
Vince went all out on that one. I'm like, okay.
He was all out.
And I was kind of disappointed with this Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon, how it's going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was hoping that not do like a retelling, but I was hoping they would take like little things they did with when he had like the same storyline with Ring of Honor, where they fired Kevin Steen, and then he was
Well,
like,
no, that was a real shit. Jim Cornette fucking hated him.
But then when they brought him back, you remember how he started like fucking with their like their website,
Yeah,
and like hacked it. I was hoping they would do some shit like that, where like he'll like do something out of the ordinary rather than showing up with tickets, like
yeah, that storyline
interject
lost some
himself
juice.
back. Yeah, hopefully it's probably gonna go to Hell in a Cell.
You know what's happening.
Hell in a Cell 2, Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon.
You know Shane loves to. You know he see the cell.
This nigga jumping off the stage.
I'm jumping up.
Oh, I forgot that was my high school song. Oh shit! Shout out, that was Eat the Boy.
Yeah.
Shout out to Eat the Boy.
Ron Browns.
And then he had what happened?
Offset. Oh.
Oh yeah, shout out to Offset. He got that WWE check. He got that Meek Mahan check.
Meek Mahan?
Got the Meek Mahan bag.
That robe was fly.
I think Ric Flair gave him one. I think it was like extra. It was like your Offset wear that. And then we had Rowan and Harper beating down Reigns and Bryan, kind of like alluding to a wink tag team.
Oh.
And then this is where the shit that came to me, it hit me. I think if they go about it without any like swerves or anything, I think this is like their chance to like wash the sins of like 2015 off of like Roman Reigns.
The stink.
Go ahead, elaborate.
Because Roman Reigns got all the boos. He got the hatred because people deemed he took Daniel Bryan's spot. And he actually did take Daniel Bryan's spot because he beat him at, what was that, Fastlane? To go into that WrestleMania. And he's been like vilified ever since. But now, years later, they're fighting on like the same team. So maybe this is like WWE, like their way of saying I'm sorry.
I just think at that point with the whole Roman Reigns,
But he's always like still carried it. Even after with the cancer, people have still like.
Yeah, I seen even the other day he was on Raw before he brought them out. There was like a few boos, and then they realized that this is a cancer promo, and everybody was like, "Oh shit!"
So I think this is finally, if they goes all about the right way, I think this is going to wash Roman Reigns of 2015, him teaming with Bryan. The new Daniel Bryan.
I don't think so, and I don't think Roman Reigns or WWE should care at this point. Like,
Not care, but it like storytelling, like it just came to me like, oh, this is now they're back on the same type of page after like what happened 4 years ago with 2015.
watch out for a swerve. Don't think that this buddy thing is just gonna be.
It was me all along, Roman. It was me all. If Daniel Bryan pulls that shit off. If the new Daniel Bryan pulls that shit, I would fucking die.
It was me all along.
But you can't say, "Oh, son of a bitch."
Who you think got Luke Harper to come back? It was me.
It was me.
But yeah, shout
When
out
he
to
was
Smack-
in Exile, because people like you bury people like Luke Harper. I brought him back.
Yo, a couple of SmackDowns from now, that's gonna happen.
It was me.
That's that media spin. Yo, the way the package highlighted that phrase, I was in fucking tears. Like, I was laughing like that. It was his typical media spin.
It's media spin season.
Shout out to Daniel. I love it.
They got nothing else to do, so they're bringing up shit.
Shout out to the new Daniel Bryan. I like the new Daniel Bryan. I like how they still calling him the new Daniel Bryan.
New Daniel Bryan.
It's not the old
New
Daniel.
and improved.
The new Daniel Bryan. I don't know if Eric Rowan's going to take a page and start calling himself like the new Eric Rowan. Like, that's a little storyline thing.
No, sooner or later, they're just probably gonna go back to just Row.
Just Luke.
But think about him. He's always been kind of portrayed as like a silent genius.
This is
Because
true.
I think even the same thing with the Authority versus Cena. He had like some heart to heart. That was like his first words ever on like TV, and he was like mad, soft spoken. He was like, "Yeah, John Cena, you can't do this because la la la." But it was, if you look back at that promo, they always treated Eric Rowan like he was like,
Long-term booking.
yeah. Shout out to WWE. I think somebody just recovered. Like, oh shit, he could talk. Let's put Rowan and then metal shirts and Luke Harper. But I'm excited to see what his tag team
With
goes.
some new in-ring gear.
I wonder if they go back to the Bludgeon Brothers name or just call them Rowan and Harper.
The Bros.
Yeah, I don't think
The Burrows.
they could just leave it regular because
The best Burrows, where they do like hugs.
That's the best friends.
No, I'm just saying, like, for like the like the kind of good bros, like hug me, Rowan. Well,
Draw me like your French ladies.
We're gonna get into Wednesday nights.
Yeah, Wednesday night is about. I think Wednesday night is about to be a really good night. NXT was fucking phenomenal.
We got the Undisputed Era dripping in gold. Finally.
It looks good. It looks good.
Oh, it looks all good.
He's all good.
It's all good.
Evolution style, baby.
Nah, they really look really good with
They're
like the belts.
dripping in gold.
And it just helps like their character and shit.
You know we about to get the Evolution promo when they in the limo. Got the ladies on
I
the
think
left,
next week.
ladies
I think
on the
next.
right.
Dude, next week is a live taping as well, right?
Is it every week?
Nah, it's
Papa?
Oh yeah, every week.
But it's
I'm
only
getting-
but
I'm
it's
getting
but
used
it's
to the-
but it's split
Yeah,
because
Which
the
is fucking
suits.
horrible.
yeah, I'm not a fan of it. It's just like you either do it one way or the other. Like I don't know how I feel about that.
Nah, but only till next week the Suits finale, and then
After that,
going
2
forward,
hours.
it's 2 hours.
Yeah, because the WWE
RIP
Network at 9
suits.
o'clock was
RIP
fucking
suits.
horrendous.
RP suits, man.
Like
Y'all
I
been
try,
on forever.
I try to fucking make the switch at 9 o'clock, and niggas act like I didn't have an account. Like the WWE Network was bad. That 9
No,
o'clock
there was
switch.
no. The thing is that there was a lot of people complain about the login. A lot of people couldn't log in, and it's very weird that was a thing because I remember Wednesday nights they used to have takeovers when they first started.
Yeah, Rival was on Wednesday night.
Yeah, like for the first. Jesus, I forgot how many fucking takeovers they had on Full Sail, but they used to be live on Wednesdays and Thursdays. Like I remember that,
You know why?
And then-
Because
but I think it's also the amount of people now
Trying to
who-
rush in at once.
Yeah,
because the numbers did come back. NXT got over 1 mil for the 1 hour.
There is an audience for wrestling.
So I think some people that watch Raw and SmackDown that probably tuned in for the first time was probably.
let me
rushing
see
in
what's NXT. I always see people talk about it.
But a Millie first show, that's really good.
Yeah.
A Mill for a first show, NXT.
Huge.
It's good. It's good shit.
Is good
It's
shit.
good shit. Now we gotta wait for the Dynamite.
What happened on NXT?
Well, we got the first match, the ladies.
I thought that was a phenomenal match. I'm happy that Candice LeRae won.
Yes.
Because one of my biggest gripes with Candice LeRae in NXT so far was that she was just relegated as Johnny Gargano's wife. She never really had any.
The last couple of matches she's been showing.
Well,
the
like
bitch.
Io Shirai, but I'm saying if they finally got her away from like just being the side,
the side chick.
yeah, to Johnny Gargano's story. So I'm happy that they finally giving her like a little shine, a little run.
Yeah. Also, shout out to Bianca Belair. She was showing out.
Yeah, she did good too. I like Bianca Belair. I know Montez Ford likes her way more than me, but that's a lucky man. That's why he be dancing like that.
Indeed. He know what he going
I'm
home
on
to.
the flow. I'm on the flow.
And then the second match was I think it was it was Dream, I believe.
That actually was the last.
That was the
match.
last match, my
Who
brother.
was the second one?
Pete Dunne also had a match.
That was on the network. I couldn't watch because the shit was fucking up during that. I
Oh.
came after the Walter Tees too. Like my network started.
Water.
My man Walter came through. Like y'all know what time it is.
He came all the way from UK
Y'all know what time it
to
is.
Full Sail.
Y'all know what I'm here for.
But even just side story on that. Let me just bring the mic a little closer. I'm hearing that they might actually start moving Pete over to the NXT USA brand
I think so too.
on a regular basis.
Yeah. His last match
Yeah.
at Bacardi, that was his last match for the UK.
And I think there's still talks about doing that with someone else.
From UK over,
Yeah.
like Bait or like Rhea Ripley.
I don't know, but
well,
they're-
Ripley was on NXT like
Yeah.
2 weeks ago.
she had a match with your Queen of Spades
Not my girl. The
and her
submission magician.
Yeah, with her two weird, awkward. Well, no, it's just again. Why do I feel like every week we always somehow
First we
we
talking greasy.
we always
greasy,
bounce in the
boy.
same conversation.
They gonna catch us at like a WrestleCon or something one day. Be like, yo, y'all to go home show. Which one is Chris?
Gonna get the tap on the shoulder.
I'm Big Bird. Like,
Gonna tap turn soldier, turn them like.
Like she is
Nah,
just
that's Chris.
Jasmine Duke again. She's just so awkward.
Yes. I think this is like the 4th show in a row that sentence has said on this show.
She's like an awkward Big Bird. Like I don't know.
No, it's okay.
Every week I come in here and it's just the same thing.
It literally is. That's what I'm saying. She gonna see us at WrestleCon one year. She be like, y'all the go home show? Which one is Chris?
Shit,
I'm also gonna lie. You know, I got a little thing for Marina Shafir.
You do?
I do. You know. She's a nice little male female.
shit. Fucking Ronda better get them in line before they come up to TV.
Oh snap! She can't do that. Stop.
That's how I did it again.
Yeah.
That's our long term book on.
Ah,
But
the milk's gone bad.
Yeah.
I do like if this was gonna be like the first taste of NXT on USA, I do like what Triple H is doing. I do like how he's incorporating the cruiserweights and the UK.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. They're starting to like slowly.
Because the NXT is basically like the one-stop shop for like the
They're gonna,
non-Raw SmackDown.
the cruiserweight title is gonna start being part of the NXT brand soon.
I think so too. I think Drew Gulak is gonna have one hell of a time down there.
But I know that they're also, from what I heard, they're gonna start splitting it also between the UK brand and the US brand.
Like a real brand split, or like nobody can hop over, or just
No, that's gonna be like a thing, like with the cruiserweight title.
That's good. Because we already know the 205 roster is real small.
I can count that shit on my.
No, because they just keep dissolving it. Like that's what I said. Like you don't have to make it a thing where you're strictly on there. I
Could
think
come
like,
and go.
it should just be like, hey, you know what? Like I want to go ahead and challenge for this.
How y'all felt since you said that? How you felt about like if Rey Mysterio went on 205 Live?
I
I would
like
fucking love it. I've been saying this for like a hot minute. Like if they can get someone like that, it would be huge. Like even like someone like Finn Balor would have just been like, hey,
Or Ricochet.
or Ricochet. Like, but there are people like, oh no, they're gonna WWE's gonna ruin them. All these stupid marks out there. Oh my god, they're gonna ruin my product. Ricochet's not the same person anymore. I was just like, shut the fuck up. You don't even know who he was. Like, stop.
Because it's like if they're not gonna use Finn Balor, or
Like,
Rey
give me a
Mysterio,
pre-show
and
match.
just let them build up.
No, they
These
shouldn't.
guys.
But that's the mentality. This should not be like, oh, if they're not gonna use them, have them down there and like not waste their time. It's like, no, this is the way it should be. It should be like an open thing. Like
Yeah.
it shouldn't be like, you shouldn't be strict.
It shouldn't be like set in the water. Like if you come, you come. If you go, you go.
Yeah, or it's just like, no, you're just gonna be here. It's like, no, you're the fucking cruiserweight champion. Do your thing.
Yeah, they cruiserweights. So let them get their
Let them
cruiserweight
do
on.
cruiserweight. You don't have to stick to like a brand or anything of the sense or anything like that. Like, just let them be. Let the boys be.
Let the boys be.
Like, that's all it is. Let the boys be.
The boys will be boys.
Boys with the boys. I hope you got some good news. You
Well-
little bitch.
What are you about to say? No, but I really like Triple H's vision for NXT now, like new and improved. I would love waiting to really see how Gulak like joins into all this mess, especially like if he comes in, because it's like the first time him coming into NXT, he have like Undisputed Era hanging out in the back with all the gold. Like, hey, look, like it's another championship, like same shit like that, like his first little steps out the car, and they like giving him shit. Like, it's the Cruiserweight Champion, boys. You want another one? No type of shit like that, but this will be fun. That's my big thing is I'm waiting for Gulak to see what he
Yeah,
does on NXT.
Johnny could even get into the fold in that.
Yeah.
Since he's pretty much done with the
Yeah,
title,
baby.
You know.
And also, that has to be the faction that's going to take down Undisputed Era.
Who?
I don't know. I'm saying they have to like build something up because I'm pretty sure they're gonna have like their third War Games match. They would need to call that the Undisputed Era match. Fucking War. The Undisputed Era match is War Games.
I don't know if y'all seen on Twitter they had like the split of the Undisputed Era and then Walter and his guys
The Imperium.
The Imperial.
to set up the War Games match.
I would love to see that happen.
That's a big motherfucker.
Walter. I'm telling you, I still really want to see Walter and Cesaro go at it.
You said that. I think that would be good too. I think for me is Joe and Lesnar for me.
Joe and Lesnar.
If they ever could get that, I would say Braun, but I think it loses like his mystique a little bit with Strowman. But Joe and Lesnar, I think I would love to see what
That might happen.
I think,
if Joe goes to SmackDown, and if Lesnar makes more appearances, who knows?
I mean, yeah, 'cause it's been a while. It's been a while.
It's been a while with some great balls of fire.
Cause I could see like Vince probably like, yo,
Side note.
we doing this.
Sorry
Not
note. If that was the worst name for any pay-per-view, but it actually was a great pay-per-view.
Nah, that paper was dope.
If that
That's
pay-per-
actually like I was they
if
told me
that,
to bring that
if
shit
that
back.
pay-per-view was trash, it's just like, yeah, we gotta can it. But they had great quality matches, and that's all I had to say. I'm
Great
sorry.
balls of fire.
I'm
They need to bring that back.
No, one's enough.
Great.
It was a
balls
one
of
and
fire.
done. You had one great season, and it was like,
That's it.
that's all I'm gonna give you, son.
It was like fucking bragging rights. Now bragging rights had like 3 or 4 of them bitches.
Yeah.
And then bragging rights turned into Survivor Series, which I'm kind of seeing how they're gonna do that this year. Because I swear to God, if they say it's the only time of the year where Raw and SmackDown face each other, I'm a fucking. I'm like, you can't say that. We saw like fucking 7 months or 6
like,
months of this
yeah,
shit.
it's like, yo, we've been having too many of this shit. It's the only time of the year they face off
Who's
against.
gonna be the one to say it? Michael Cole?
You already know that fucking stool pigeon.
Michael, say it. Say it.
The number one stooge of the company.
Oh my God! Like I really like if someone's like after Hell in a Cell, because that's the next one. I swear to God, if we got like a promo for Survivor Series during Hell in a Cell, like this is the only time of the year Raw and SmackDown face each other.
Yeah, like
I was
I'm gonna unsubscribe just for the hell of it.
Yo, Michael Cole just need to snap back at one point. Of it's like, yo, I'm your top guy. Shut the fuck
Waiting
up.
for Corey Graves to be like, God damn it, Cole, you say the same thing every year. You already know that it's not true.
Yeah, they be stepping on each other's toes a lot on commentary.
That's the way it should be.
Like
Corey Graves is on Twitter like, yeah, I'm retiring.
because he be trying to say moves and Cole be trying to be like Falcon Arrow, like it's same like okay Cole. Okay, Sling Blade. Yo, he loves saying Sling Blade. Like that's Michael Cole's.
He does. His go-to is Michinoku Driver.
He said it a few weeks ago.
Michinoku Driver. Yo, you know what? I was actually really mad that they never brought Tonka Michinoku back.
Really?
They never brought him back.
Well, they kept his move.
Exactly. It was a move that he came up with.
It went from, you know how Michael Cole like
They
saying the
fucking
big
Kenta him.
dog or it's boss time. Like that's the.
He doesn't even say his boss time like that anymore.
He said the other day. He
He said
he's
the
tired
other
of
day, Tasha hasn't been around.
He said that shit like mad dry.
Boss time.
Like it's boss time.
The big dog.
The big dog. No, it was a great, like, this is really like the first shot. Triple H fight off the first little warning shot. Because week 2 was still packed. And then, I'm actually like that they put the number 1 contendership on the line in that Killian Dane, Matt Riddle. Which I feel like they should, not even NXT, but Raw and SmackDown 2. I feel like number 1 contenders matches should start being like title matches. They should start using that more often. And then you can't say you've done it too much. It's because the champion has to have a contender. Like, so it doesn't really like
This was through.
really run out. Because growing up, that was always like one of the biggest matches, the number 1 contenders match.
It's true indeed.
So hopefully they start bringing some of that back. I think Paul Heyman is a big number 1 contender guy. So hopefully he brings that back to the fold. Anything else you want to get into after this? I would say, honestly, for 4 shows of WWE, back to back to back to back,
Another one.
give it like a B plus, A minus.
Another one.
And they coming back with another one.
Like,
Another one.
like
Before
really
we
some.
get Dynamite.
Yeah, AE Dubs.
Hey, done.
October 2nd. That's gonna be. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I only got 1 TV. I don't know how I'm watching these shits like on Raw and Nitro. Just be flipping.
Holy shit.
It's been 20 years. Let me see if I still got the flip.
Who do you think wins between Candice and Shayna?
Shayna.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You already know.
Shayna.
It's going to be
I
Shayna.
tell you, so whoever beats her, it got to be somebody that.
You know who's gonna beat her? That person tomorrow.
Yes, it should be.
I feel like cause she ain't doing nothing. Triple H is like, yo, can I borrow? Just
Who you talking about?
I feel like Oscar might come back to NXT and like beat Shayna.
Vince is not giving her no. She's gone. Like
He's like, what?
They're like, yo,
We had,
Vince.
we had an Asian girl?
we had two.
What?
Yeah, like, yo, what's that girl with the mask and the?
You already know someone creative was just kind of like,
Brother, this guy stinks.
I would love to be in like a Vince creative meeting, like see how that shit flows.
Hey,
Like
man.
if it's like some dope ideas, he'd be like, no.
I can imagine it's a lot of sense of is this guy high right now?
But yo, we're gonna have Bray Wyatt like really beat the shit out of Seth Rollins and just win. Nah. I don't like it. Hopefully, I want to see how that match really goes though, especially with the Hell in a Cell. Like if it has some spooky
I
theatrics,
think a couple of spots is gonna be
a little spooky.
somebody's going down off the cell.
let me in.
Seth, he did that kind of once. He was
You
like
know what
almost
would be
halfway.
Awesome. If somehow it gets like really creepy and it goes on some Max Payne shit, and then you start seeing blood, kind of just like start dripping from the top of the cage.
Oh, talk
Just-
about a
just-
new era. That's a new era right there.
Just start like just dripping, and it becomes like a real creepy funhouse. And then it gets just go dark and get like the lights, and you see this red stuff just dripping, and you hear just like baby crying. Y'all ever play that game?
Yeah.
It
The
took
first one or the
it
second
basically
one?
took you like the first one,
I played the first one.
where it basically took you like 3 weeks just to get past through that damn fucking stage.
Subway.
No, the one with the bloodline that you had to walk through.
With
I know
the
you heard with
house?
the baby crying.
Yeah, the house, and you can't. I remember that. You had like the shotgun and like the closet. I remember that
Why
one.
is it taking me this long to fucking go through this damn stage? Why?
Nah, I definitely remember it. Max
Oh.
Payne was my shit.
Y'all expecting anything? Well, first,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if y'all seen the Kenny Omega comments.
Kenny's doing like his
Kenny.
best Seth Rollins impression right now.
Is this the comment he made when he just saw guys just like taking shots at each other? Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah, I think about how NXT is really a development.
But to be in all fairness, like, I hate the fact that they're making it a thing.
Who,
But
Kenny or like the fans?
a lot of it is the fans, and you know the guys they're gonna tell you the exact same thing, and I think he was very right about it. He's just like, look, let's say, and he's like, in a perfect world, let's say there are no promotions, and we're all just one big show,
One big card.
one big card. You would not even be on a pre-show.
Wait, you think guys from NXT?
I don't think he's
Let-
saying like the main guys, but the guys
No,
that
those-
are part of NXT.
Yeah, like some of the guys, like granted, like they were talking stuff.
Some of the guys on AEW wouldn't be on that either.
Yeah, but if you really look at it, but I think he said it on his point because they took shots at him. He was just like, dude, if we were on a card, you would not even be on a pre-show. And I absolutely agree with that 100%. But
I don't think Cameron Grimes.
I think the context on that is like, that's like saying like, if you was a top player in sports and be like, the bench guys wouldn't be a starter on the team.
on any team, let's say if you throw all stars in there, they wouldn't even make the cut. That's what he meant. It's just like, dude, granted, you guys are having your fun, you guys are doing your thing, but you're nowhere near where I am. And this is not, and I'm looking at this from the outside. It's just like, you know what? Absolutely.
I don't agree.
He's kind of right. I say 50-50.
But the fans make it what it is, and I think some guys kind of feed into it. And in some ways, it's actually a good thing that they're doing this because it does hype.
I know Baron Corbin feeds into it.
Yeah,
Like, he takes like a
absolutely.
little. He be like, "Who is this? What is this AEW?
Who is this? Like, what are you?
That's how we go.
Like, why did you take New Japan style for your heavyweight title?
When it comes to that, Baron Corbin reminds me like JBL.
Like,
Yes.
what is this shit? Like, thank you, Vince. Like, you see, I got you. Now, once this whole Shalululu, I really went excited. Like, this is gonna be some Twitter fingers for real.
That
On both
first,
sides.
the first night,
Yeah, you have your popcorn ready. I might take an edible that night.
You might fucking pass out. You missed the whole shit.
it's honestly for me. I think it's gonna be the biggest night in wrestling.
October 2nd,
October 2nd for me is in terms of
bigger than when TNA went to my.
the way I look at this. This is a huge monument. This is probably next to when Shane showed up on Nitro saying, "I now own WCW." I think this is like the next stage. This is huge. This is fucking huge.
Not as big.
This is. I think October 2nd is the biggest night in wrestling.
It's gonna be big time.
This is good for the business.
Big time.
Yeah, there's a
Big
lot of
time.
promotions now. Because back in WC, there was like WWE, WCW, and ECW, but now you have WWE, AEW,
W.
Ring of Honor, Impact, New Japan, House of Glory, Evolve.
So I'm
Progress.
also hearing
Progress.
some rumors.
Some rumors.
So we all know that Impact right now they're moving over to Access,
Access.
meaning
That's the Mark Cuban channel.
Yeah.
that's big money.
And the New Japan.
But
Getting
from
that
what
Cuban money.
I've also been hearing, don't know if it's true. I can't confirm or deny on the sources, but there's been talks that apparently Anthem, which owns Impact, they're looking into possibly purchasing a certain brand from the Sinclair Company, also known as Ring of Honor.
And like,
I don't know, but there have been talks because apparently they have been for sale for some time. They're open for, for
make it sound
serious
like
bids.
Monopoly.
for
Like, yo,
offers.
you got that Ring of Honor?
But I'm just saying, throwing some little tea out there, some rumors, seeing if it sticks. I don't know, but that's the word in the locker room, word in the streets.
Word on these.
That
these
it just might be a thing.
No, honestly, it's turning into a wrestling arms race. From promotions, wrestlers on down. Like, people they gearing up for wrestling. I guess we really, if everything goes right and all these shows start being bangers, I think we're on the cusp of like a new boom period. And probably a bigger sustained boom period because there's a lot of wrestling you can get.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially with the technology now, you probably...
And especially with these TV deals, a lot of money's getting tossed around.
They getting that money.
I think that's why
Yeah.
how Vince was able to get so much money with Fox because they knew they had in this
dollars.
billions
Billions of dollars. Billions of dollars. Billions of dollars.
Money.
like in this era of like
Money,
TV
money,
where
money.
people really don't watch TV like faithfully on its time slot.
Mhm.
Wrestling does give you a big number, like a guaranteed X amount of numbers. Like, yo, look, we go to Fox.
Wednesday night prime time. Friday night prime
It's
time.
better whatever Fox had on before.
Like, yo, I could get you
On
a mil,
Friday.
maybe $1,500,000 a week type shit. Like,
Yeah,
word?
it's huge.
And then Fox could sell. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, wrestling, because we all love fucking wrestling so much, they're like the only product now in this day and age. We're like,
Yeah.
yo, if we show a show, we have X, Y, and Z that
Yeah,
will
besides,
follow us.
And-
besides football.
Yeah,
They don't-
like
They don't really have much. They
no
lost.
other show is like pulling those numbers. Game of Thrones is done.
They lost UFC. ESPN now owns that.
Mm-hmm.
They need something, and that was what they were really lacking. They needed that something to really fill in the time slot.
the only thing they got is the Masked Singer.
The Mad Singer. Who's
The
that?
Masked Singer.
Yeah.
Where they doing the whole like
Oh!
American Idol.
You don't have one of those stupid fucking Fox shows.
Then fucking T-Pain won. My mom was telling me about some shit like
Yeah.
that. Like T-Pain won the first one or whatever.
I was like, nigga, where you order to that?
My son Teddy pinned her ass down.
Ow.
T-Pain had one of the GOAT runs. No cap.
Did you
Oh.
Que
Oh.
paso?
Oh.
Did you hear about your man Big Cass?
Yeah.
Oh, Big Spaz. I'm sorry. I love you, Big Cass. Nah, I want to kick somebody when he's down. It just came to my
Yeah,
head.
he's really going through some stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's really not that good. And then the fucked up and funny part of it is just Joey Janela was part of the same shit.
What's going on with this Janela guy, man? He just,
I don't know, man.
That's the boy. It's the bad boy. Somebody had a Joey Janela shirt on the train. And it was like a girl. I was like, you watched all out? She was like, yeah.
I like Joey Janela.
Like, I was like, Joey Janela. Speaking honestly, and that's why I think when I was telling you about AEW, they had like gimmicks that's out there that's like really could catch on. Before I got on the train today, there was like a repost on Facebook with like people who don't watch wrestling. Somebody from AEW, somebody new. Can you guess who it was? They thought this dude was mad swaggy.
Who?
Orange Cassidy.
Orange Cassidy.
Like they were legit like on some reposting on Facebook. Somebody was like,
Yeah.
"Yo, this dude is mad swaggy," type shit. Like, and people don't really post wrestling that much. So
No, but that's like his thing.
See, and they didn't get that though. It was like, who is this dude? He's mad swaggy. They showed the All Out shit where he jumped.
Yeah, right through.
Mm-hmm.
That's how he wrestles. But you know who hates him?
Jim.
Jimmy Cornette.
Jimmy.
He gonna pop a vein one day.
He's like, what is this?
He
He's making wrestling wrong.
He can't though. Jim Cornette can't keep babbling.
Yo, Jim Cornette is the fun flex of wrestling.
Yeah.
That
Nothing beats his stories with him and fucking Vince Russo. Like, you want to talk about someone having the biggest fucking displeasure?
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking Jim Cornette hating on Vince Russo,
Yeah, they hate each
and
other.
well, rightfully so.
Even on
Yo, bro.
that wrestling
bro.
story show, they were still beefing over the Montreal school job. Like who told
Who told what?
yeah.
Hmm.
Like 20 years later, they were still beefing over it.
I'm trying to think. Now I really can't wait for AEW show. I can't wait to see Jungle Boy.
Just a boy and his dinosaur.
And the dinosaur is getting red hot. Dinosaur might be put into title contention.
Yo, homeboy is making some fucking moves.
Like everybody is fucking with Jungle Boy. I really think they should be their first tag team champion. I said that before in the last episode. They should be the first tag team champions for AEW. Like that definitely has to go down.
Wrestlers.
Like, cause we said the Bucks don't need it. Like nobody in the elite should be touching the championship to the middle of 2020, the earliest.
But then they had to,
But the thing, everybody that's watching AEW is probably coming for elite, and then even if they catch the casuals on, they be like, they can see the chase for the elite for that said championship rather than the elite already holding it.
Mm-hmm.
But they do need the casuals though. Like
They do need the casuals.
We don't know the X. We don't know it. That's a visible number. We don't know how many fans.
No, I'm saying, but now that the casuals, you bring them on the ride to you capturing the championship to make them see why you're great, rather than them tuning in and you already got the strap. Like, kind of like the NXT syndrome, where like they did all the thing at NXT and then they show up on the main roster and people in like fucking Corpus Christi.
Like,
like,
who is this?
Exactly. Who, like doing the fucking Jerry Seinfeld on the fucking payphone? Who is this?
Fucking shitty Baltimore crowd. They ruined.
Who?
I think it was in Baltimore, wasn't it?
Well, who?
When they
Gargano,
did
Ciampa?
that. Yeah, and then Ricochet came up. It's like, yo, you guys showing no.
Wasn't that
love.
Corpus?
No, it wasn't Corpus Christi. It was like some like it was like a Baltimore.
I think it was Baltimore.
Or like a Green Bay.
No, it was like I think it was Baltimore.
And you know what's crazy? Like the week later, they was in Atlanta, which was a hot crowd.
Yeah,
They
they
could
all.
have just waited.
But it was terrible. It was like shame on those fans, and they got ripped. They got
As they
fucking
should.
ripped.
Because somebody's making their main roster debut and they
Like-
coming out to like crickets.
Like, who is this person? What's NXT?
And then you can't sell that to somebody watching TV. Like, you be like, this is like the hottest thing in NXT. And then when they come out, Johnny Gargano.
I guess.
If that's what you wish to call it.
But I'm actually kind of happy that NXT is now on cable or like place where casuals can see. So now when there is jumping from NXT to said Raw or SmackDown, there'll be like a hint of familiarity with said person.
Gotcha.
Some people still won't even watch.
Oh, fuck them
They're like,
though.
what is this?
Like, it's on TV now,
Oh,
so
this
you
is
can't.
nice. Who is this wrestler?
Who is this Velveteen Dream?
Oh my God! Look, he is acting quite erratic.
Did y'all catch Sasha's 24/7?
I just caught a little bit of it.
I have not gotten a chance to watch it, but I am very eager to do.
Had some pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
A few shots.
Yeah, it was quoting they
Ryan
quoted
Satin.
Kendrick Lamar. I never thought I'd see a WWE.
Nah, because before she was coming back, she kept quoting him on Instagram.
No, that's what I'm saying. But then to really stay like Kendrick Lamar, I was like, oh shit, okay, WWE. Like,
I mean, it's not too far fetched. She
Nah.
is Snoop's cousin. Like,
but for like WWE,
Middle of the West Coast.
Snoop Dogg's cousin.
Yeah.
it's not like it was like YG or something.
Nah. But it was good to see Sasha in like a different limelight, and also seeing her like the day before she debuted. Like she had like the butterflies.
And the reports that she was crying in a hotel were false. Ryan Satin recant his statement. David Milser,
He ain't fucking recant. Fucking they sent the WWE. They said Akam and Razal. What'd you say?
Okay.
Statements was Nigga, fucking Triple H sent them like, yo, go to Ryan Satin, just put your hand on the shoulder.
Yo, Milton, you wanna know how slimy he is? So remember the reports
Uncle
when
Dave. You talking about Uncle Dave?
yes, remember the reports when he was saying like Roman Reigns really doesn't have cancer.
Nah, that was fucked up. Even,
So
you can't say some shit like that. You can't.
so he threw like Ryan Satin in that too. Like, nah, that was him. That was like come on, man.
He's like, nah, homie.
We knew it was you.
You can't say
We
some
knew
shit
it was you,
like that.
Dave.
Come on, Dave.
Dave, didn't you say Luke Harper wasn't coming back to wrestle no more?
He's like, the Dream has no recollection of that.
What about Rusev? You said he wasn't coming back either.
Yeah, Dave.
AOP. There's
Dave.
a couple of people that came on this week that you said was never going to
I have
wrestling.
I have no recollection of that.
A couple
Talk
people
about-
that was supposed to go to AEW. Sasha Banks.
Talk about fucking Braun Strowman's 0 for 6.
Yo, clean up your shit over
Else is
there.
right up there. What's that? Sasha, Luke,
Uncle
Cancer.
Yo, we getting a starting five. We getting a whole lineup.
Shout out to Dave Meltzer. And if we catch you at WrestleCon, you don't want these beef.
Nah, no shout outs to him. No shout outs to
Yo,
Dave.
we gonna be like the most hated niggas in WrestleCon.
How you lie? How do you say something like that? Somebody fake cancer.
Yeah, you can't say some shit like that.
I ain't gonna lie, because I know when this whole thing was happening, I was like, is this real?
It was a little weird, and then he came back.
No,
I don't think they overstepped that line.
even after the fact, like even after everything came out, he still was like pushing this narrative, like that was what was going
Ain't
on.
no cancer. No cancer. Like the fucking like Fresh Prince when when he was like Ashley's manager, and then Uncle Phil fired him, and he was telling him to come back home. He was like, "Come back home." I was like, "Home? What home?"
What
It's
home?
a family. What family? But shit like that, like can't say homeboy didn't have no cancer. Anything else we have, boys?
Make up your mind.
Before we go home,
Well, we got a few big things coming up. The AEW
Premiere.
the premiere.
I'm still trying to get tickets to Fieldgate. I think I'm gonna hit up Baltimore for my birthday weekend. So anybody that listens to the Go Home Show in Baltimore, I might be in your city. Might be in your city. Smoking Fonto, bitch, no Phillies.
Chill. We heard enough of that for the week.
Getting straight and litty to a
We
titty.
heard enough of that for the week. Shit.
Some Tekashi.
Next thing you know, somebody on WWE is gonna be non-tree.
I wouldn't be surprised if WWE. I don't know if it's on their radar if they would come up with like a whole snitching angle, some shit like that.
We already got that. Buddy Murphy, it's a snitch.
Yo, for real.
That's how they got his ass. beat.
Roman Reigns should have had a stop snitching shirt on.
Stop
Buddy.
snitching, buddy.
You will always be in jail, niggas. Just minus
Not
the balls.
I'm comatose.
You copped out to a misdemeanor.
Oh,
Yo, but that shit was wow. Like the last 2 days, it was just like homeboy have been snitching. Like,
Vince couldn't even make this angle. We like, damn, some good
they're
shit.
like, God damn it. I gotta start talking to the FBI more often.
Somebody was like on Twitter, he was like, he had me thinking I was part of the non-trade Bloods. You know,
Yo,
like,
he's getting shipped off to like Guam or some shit. Like, he's too hot.
Nah, he is hot. The thing about him though, like, witness protection can't save him because he got a big ass fucking 6'9" fucking tattoo on his head.
He's like,
Shit, they about to Oscar him.
he's
You
like,
never seen him.
Send that nigga to fucking somewhere.
They gonna
Send that nigga to Guam.
they gonna ship him out to the middle of nowhere. Be like, yo, I think you need to get rid of your tats right now, bruh.
Nah, lazy them shit. So
You need to go by being Hector.
I think he still has a rainbow hair too. I don't know what super dye he used, but he's like still rainbowed even when he was like snitching. It's been like a whole year since he got nabbed.
A whole year since he got nabbed.
It was like around my birthday. Because honestly, I remember the whole shit was
He's
like.
he's in snitch comments. He's in snitch jail.
Because he went
Yo,
he went on the Breakfast Club, and then that was like his first like, yo, nah, I'm not really with them dudes. I'm trying to get out of it. And then like it was like an Instagram video next day. It was like, yo, that's not my management team. Yo,
I remember 50 was just like, nigga, don't call me. Don't call me. I don't want to hear you. If you try calling me, I ain't picking up.
Yo, he was snitching so much. I don't know if y'all was reading the transcripts. The judge was like, all right, we didn't need all of that.
You serious?
Yes, yo. He kept snitching on people, and then the judge was like, all right, recant that from the statement.
He was like, I saw my mom take an extra cookie from the cookie jar.
Yo, he was just throwing out names. They was like, all right, but we didn't ask about that. Answer the question.
I saw a wrestling one where somebody was like, "You have anything else more for us, Mr. Hernandez?" He was like, "You know, Kane and Undertaker really aren't brothers, some shit like that."
Yo, the memes have been hilarious though.
Nah, the memes have been hilarious. Now I saw one where he was like pointing. He was like, "Yo, it's them way." That shit. He was like, "Yo, it's fucking them way."
Didn't he say Cardi was part of it, low key?
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about it, what she was funny too, was she was like, I don't know what he talking about. Somebody had like a Tom Twitter stamp, well, like I think 2016 and 2017, where she was like, "I'm blood." Like she actually tweeted that out herself.
I don't know what you're talking about, Terrence.
I didn't tweet that. She did. But I'm saying, like, you can't be like, you can't say, "Oh, why he doing that?" If you like self snitching on yourself.
My man mentioned Jim Jones.
They got Jim on video on audio wiretap. I was listening to him before I got here.
Talks about HBO. Got that nigga on the wire. But
And Jim was careful with his words because if he would have said, "Y'all gotta kill him," instead he said, "Y'all gotta violate him." So that could be anything. If he would have said, "Y'all gotta,"
like with a boot or some shit.
So
Yeah, that would have been like, oh,
it would have been over. Jimmy,
yeah,
I know, I think it was on like a bathrobe, like with some champagne with the girl that touched him in Miami. Shout out Max B.
shout out to Chris.
He's probably chilling. They were like, "Yo, Jim, nigga just named you in the court case."
They was about
What?
to put him right in there with Joel.
He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. My name is not Takashi. I'm Daniel Hernandez.
It was like, the dream has no recollection.
I'm sorry, I'm not Takashi. Daniel has no recollection of what you're talking about.
But yeah, we lit it like a titty. We should have some more shows before Hell in a Celly.
Oh, random side convo.
Go ahead.
I got a chance to see Hustler.
Ooh, I was thinking about going to see that.
Word, how was it?
Overall, because it's basically based on a true story. It was
Mm-hmm.
but I'm gonna let you know this right now, though.
No titties.
No, there was some titties out there.
All right.
There was some titties, but I'm gonna tell you this right now. I saw some things that I was like, the two-time man of the year, Alex Rodriguez. I was just like, my man, you got the Hall of Fame chip.
Oh, he does.
He got the Hall of Fame chip. There's a scene where she's doing a dance. What she's wearing, you just like, God damn.
It makes you wish you was born like in the 70s in the Bronx, so you would have just
Ooh.
crossed paths with her.
That's why he be smiling like that.
Yo, I was like,
Jenny from the block was back.
all I saw was strings. She was wearing nothing but strings.
I might have to go see
And
her
at
tomorrow.
50 years old, you was just like, God damn.
I think I'm after work. That's gonna be the move tomorrow after work.
Again, the movie's okay. But God damn, that scene.
Nah, that's why you smile. I remember one time we watched the VMAs where she did like the performance. I was in my vocal coach. We was laughing at Alex Rodriguez because he had like that goofy grin on
Yeah.
the picture. He's like,
That's my baby. That's my girl.
I like them two together.
Me and Chris been campaigning for this for 2 years. Alex Rodriguez, man of the year.
Man of the year.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Bad boy, baby.
Because there's also that picture with them on like the park bench when they clearly look high. And it was like me, it was like when you like 30 or 40, you just put the kids to bed.
Yeah, they a good fit. They a good fit. This is like, A-Rod and Jeter before, hey, I deserve more money than him.
Mm-hmm.
But like, yo, this was some good shit.
Jeter dropped the bag. This could have been him.
That's another thing,
Could've
too, as a
been him.
Met fan. I don't have no say, but I never really didn't know why Yankee fans never really liked A-Rod.
Because of that comment that he made when
Coming at Jeter?
when Jeter was just like, oh, do you think you deserve more money than him? It's like, absolutely. And I think rightfully so. I think that was fine. I think they felt some type of way about it.
Yeah, New York sports, if you don't toe the line, like,
When
try to
certain
run you out of
people, but
town.
it was just like, it was taboo. It was like, oh no, we're going to hate A-Rod.
This is a fact. Jeter, you my guy, but A-Rod has always been better than you. Always.
At the end of the day, he came out winning. They hate you down in Miami.
True.
A-Rod's out here winning. He's just like, you know what? I may or may not go into the Hall of Fame,
He got J-Lo.
but I got my Hall of Fame ring.
I was like, he got J-Lo in the bed. He got an ESPN bag. He probably got a Yankee bag. Fox bag.
He got the A-Rod Corp
He
thing
doing,
he got going
he
on.
doing it.
He doing something else, too.
He has a podcast.
The A-Rod
He's
podcast.
out here slinging. Not like that.
He ain't
though.
slinging like that.
Oh! I was like, Alex Barksdale. Alex Stanfield.
I don't know. Who knows? Maybe he's still working with his cousin somehow.
Might be a future Yankee manager.
Y'all getting rid of Boone?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying
No,
like,
but he's been vocal. He said like he loves to one day he would definitely love to coach.
Come on down.
And
to
I
Queens,
think he would be a good coach.
he won't be worse than Mickey Callaway. Come on down to Queens.
chill. We don't need that on him. We don't need
Hold
that on
hold
him.
on.
He had his chance to go to the Mets before he went to the Yankees. He had his chance and he said nah.
Oh, to trade?
Yeah, that was one. It was 3 teams: Boston and the Mets. And
No,
Yankees.
that was when he was signing for free agency.
Mm-hmm.
And then Texas came in because he was getting that paper. Texas came in and was like, nah, fuck that noise. Yo, you gonna get 100 mil extra. I was like, okay.
250.
250 of them
He's
things.
like, I want out, and I'm going to the
How much you
Yankees.
getting? About 250.
And Scott Boras got it.
He's like, hey.
Scott Boras is not a happy man as he once. Scott
No.
Boras is fucking dying out here these days. They get like, I don't know.
He ain't running his moves.
Don't
That's what it is. They're like, yo, your tactics right now, they ain't working for me. Nobody wants to fuck with you.
And nobody MLB is signing anybody really, unless it's like your homegrown talent you can get for cheap.
You know who put an end to that Scott Boras thing? When Jay signed Cano,
Yep.
and then Scott Boras was bitching about it.
He's like, nah, fuck out of here.
Yeah, because I think he represents Bryce, but I think that's it. Like I think that's probably his last. bag.
No.
But I'm talking about like the last big bag for a while now.
Yeah.
Because nobody in MLB is spending money. Nobody.
There was a lot of free agents still just hanging out there.
Yeah.
Top guys.
Nigga, fucking Bryce Harper signed like 2 days for strength training.
Everybody was waiting.
Him and Machado, we was like, what's going on?
The
son?
thing is that everybody was waiting for Machado.
It's like it's all cool. Anything you guys want to promote before we go home? On the
Just
Go
dropped
Home Show?
episode 3.
Woo! My son Mauki
Peak the Play podcast.
with our good friend Glenn. Shout out to Glenn.
Shout out to G-Mall.
Wherever you are right now.
Catch that on Anchor, Spotify,
Yeah.
SoundCloud. It's Peak the Play podcast. Damaged Goods.
Damaged
Episode
Goods.
3.
Episode 3.
I got something else I always want to do. You're gonna hear it here first.
This is breaking news.
The breaking news is come next Tuesday night, I'm dropping out the mixtape. Yes, you heard it. The mixtape's coming out. The half and half is
We lost our sponsor. How you gonna drop the sponsors?
Damn.
The half and half mixtape. I'm dead. Well, for me, nothing really. I put
These
up my
fellas are
single,
gonna be amazing.
The
Yeah,
World Is Yours on
come
my
on.
IGTV.
Let them know, T. We seen you throw the blog out.
I was
The
gonna say-
Avengers blog.
And then we had a birthday party for one of my music group members, King of Heart. We shot that too. The vlog will be coming soon for the birthday party, which was lit. I ain't tell you guys, we had fucking Jungle Juice was infused with THC.
Yeah, that was wild.
So-
And you wanted me to go over there. You see, I was never getting back to the Bronx that night. I was gonna have to be on somebody's couch.
You can crash at the outsider's house. It's the apartment of requirement. But
Chris
nah, it's
haven't
all
been
lit.
to the outsider's house, Jay. He doesn't know how.
No, I think maybe I was thinking, cause they took away W Network. I'll probably bring my PS4 one day. Have like a watch pay per view. We could vlog that one day, some shit, and it'll be all good in the hood. But yes, y'all, episode 12, we outie. The Go Home Show in effect. It's your boy Teddy Lucid.
Money Mouth.
Just your boy Chris. Half and half, baby. Just remember, I'm gonna throw the flavor out there Tuesday night, 12 o'clock. Just follow the podcast. Follow everything that you can, cause half and half, the podcast, the SoundCloud, all that bullshit. The mixtape is coming out. It's gonna be hot. Let it to a titty. Hot boy summer ain't over yet, motherfuckers. We still got some time.
We out.